Rolling. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Oh ho.
All right. And we're back to the Himalayas.
Or as my geology professor would put it, the Himalayas. Because apparently that's the way that he says it. Even though he is...
I have this strange, urgent, and immediate desire to shove my size 10.5s up your geology teacher's ass.
Why? Why? It's just the way he says it.
You're
just being irrational.
Let me ask one question. Does he make other people say it that way?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Doesn't.
I take back what I said.
But
I
take
it back.
Literally, not 10 seconds before we started this, finished telling me about your very strange religious practices, one of them being that curse words don't really exist, which I can understand, but that generally connotates a general idea of, pacificity and just being a nice person in general. And you
where
immediately
did pacificity come in here?
Being a nice person in general.
Well, yeah, I know, but sometimes being the nicest thing you can do is kick someone's ass.
Right, but at the same time, it was just watch your tongue because it can do things and get you in trouble.
Zach, listen.
And no. I am going to hammer onto this because it's much better than watching this cutscene in game. This slow ass cutscene in game.
This is your justification is you just had to find something to launch on me.
Yes, I had to find something to launch on you because you, this son of a preacher man.
I am not a son of a preacher man.
Son of a deacon man, is threatening to shove your tiny foot up someone's ass. You don't even know this man. You don't know this old, decrepit
I was
man.
Not threatening to do so.
You were saying, I want to shove my size 10.5.
I misunderstood the situation.
Because most of the time when he says a word differently than me.
Most of the time when people say things like that differently, they try to make other people say it too. That has been my general experience. It was a misunderstanding, Zach.
It was a misunderstanding, but you made a prejudgment.
You're correct, I did.
On someone based solely on...
It's 2:17 in the morning. What do you want from me?
For you not to be a judgmental ass. That's
this coming
from
you. Okay. I was about to say, this coming from you?
Yes.
So I have to be the good one in this group?
Like I said, you're the son of a deacon man.
You're correct. Fine, I'll be the good boy.
For now.
Oh, I just died.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Hey, you actually made a decent edit there.
Yeah, this is the part where I started editing, Zach.
I approve.
I didn't have to do anything in the African mines. The African mines edited themselves. And
you forgot about the snow.
The snow is the most annoying part of this stage.
Yes.
I just realized
I know.
You just opened up this whole episode in a rant.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, let's play Spot the Editing, because I do it a lot in this episode, by the way.
Okay. Alright, well, I will see what... I just want to know, how the hell is the snow getting in these wonderfully square caverns?
I feel like it's more of a cliff face, because you can see out behind it. So I feel like the snow is blowing into it.
But by the same merit, it's perfectly square.
Yeah.
Like the mines. The mines, it made sense. Transylvania, it made sense.
It's a giant square.
The Amazon, not so much.
The Amazon was weird.
the Amazon didn't make much sense.
Well, I mean,
but
the
you
temple,
could also...
the temple part of the level made sense, but...
Right, the temple part you can... And again, because of the temple, you could make the argument that, hey, it was shaped by the locals because, you know what, why not? But this right here makes no sense. It's the antithesis of what Scrooge McDuck would be doing, because it always has to involve sense with him.
Yeah. But he's after the treasure.
Right.
And apparently the treasure will make him...
And these spiders.
Even
Fuck
richer.
These spiders.
I hate these spider enemies. Like, I hated them more in the Amazon level because they were infinitely more annoying in that level. But...
Yeah.
I still don't like them in this one.
Well, the Amazon was terrible because... You either took damage from the spiders or the floor unless your timing was perfect.
Yeah. Like, the Amazon is not a nice opening level.
No.
And aside from Mount Vesuvius, every other level after it is infinitely easier.
Yes. It's just Transylvania's time-consuming.
Yeah, Transylvania's just long, convoluted, and I got lost a couple of times.
Yeah, the Amazon, there's no purpose to it being the first level That was terrible.
Yes, it was.
It's just...
I'm not perfect, Zach.
Well, no, I'm talking about the game, where you were
I
just kind of standing in the middle of the air.
Yeah. There's Mrs. Beakley here to give me my food.
And you still don't skip the cutscene.
Oh, she says something different each time.
Just barely.
Yeah, I know.
And then she throws you 3 items that you don't need.
Oh, the extra life is always welcomed and accepted.
Right.
I swear, I wish that I bet she's there, but I could not find her in Mount Vesuvius.
I don't know.
I don't think she is there though, because I kind of looked all over that place because of how many times I went through it.
Yep. Hey, and there's a secret way to get up there, but you didn't.
I didn't need it. I used the enemy jumping ability.
Right. Because emergent gameplay that's not really all that different from normal gameplay.
I don't know, man. Like, is it immersive to jump on animals?
Emergent.
Oh.
Emergent gameplay is the concept of playing a game in a way that wasn't entirely intended,
but it still works.
So, yeah. So, and that's the basis behind like speedrunning.
Yep.
So,
oh yeah, it is.
And actually, I was playing, you know that VR game that I mentioned. It's got a name, by the way, IXS Odyssey. They are currently trying to hash out whether they actually want it to become a full game, and if it's going to retain the name and all of that fun shit. And God,
yep,
that's one of those you just have to take the hit.
I did, and it messed up where I was going, and I fell off.
And why are you going back to the right this time, Eli? You should know better. Anyway,
I forget why I'm going back to the right, actually. Why am I going back to the right?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. I thought to myself, wait, what am I doing?
But
turn it around.
I was... Let's see, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Emergent gameplay. The game is obviously in alpha stages right now.
Yeah.
You know, incomplete, very little sound. They just had to get a build out so that they could show it off at for their capstone project, because that's what it was. Right. It was it's a project for school.
Yeah.
And but one of the things they had in there was it's a VR game, so picking up things is going to be a thing you do.
Main gameplay thing.
Right. Well, no, that's not really it. But they still had items that you could pick up just because, you know, it was neat.
Yeah.
Well, one of the bugs that people ended up loving just because it was a thing that they could do was there was a restroom or, you know, a bathroom. And, you know, the normal things that you can pick up in there.
Right.
Well, normally with the items in the game, when you pick it up, you have to actually hold the grab button, and congratulations, you fell. You have to actually hold the grab button to, you know, hold the item and keep holding it.
Right.
One item that didn't apply to was the soap.
Oh, no.
So people... When I did it, when I played the game, the first thing I did was I was picking up a whole bunch of stuff. The soap was the first thing I picked up. And, you know, well, no, it wasn't the first thing I picked up, but it was something that just kind of stuck to my hand. Yep. And I was like, hey, that's cool. The soap is now my buddy. The soap is going to stick with me because it wants to stick.
Friendship soap. It's the best soap.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, when we were going over, when I was talking to the guy who was in charge of it, Trevor.
Yeah.
Who you know, but not who has been on this channel before.
Yeah. He shows up when Zach doesn't want to deal with me.
Right. Or, you know, he just needs a break because he is an extremely busy guy, including, you know, running, you know, he's got 2 jobs, plus he goes to school, plus he's, you know, just finished that capstone project.
Yep.
So, but apparently everyone who was playing it, when they discovered the soap stuck to your hand, I was not the only person who would carry it with them through the entirety, as far as they could.
That's something you leave in.
Yeah, that's something you leave in, and I'm pretty sure that's the same reason that the gnome from Half-Life was a thing.
Yeah.
Because there was a gnome that you could carry with you, and if you put him, I think it was episode 1 of Half-Life 2, where you could put him into a spaceship and launch him into space, but only if you carried him all the way from the start of the game.
Yep, sounds like it. There's a similar thing in
the what?
In Left 4 Dead 2, I think.
Okay.
Where there's a gnome in every level, and if you find it and carry it to the end, you get an achievement, I think.
Okay.
Although, like, you can't, like, use guns while you're carrying the gnome.
Yeah.
You can beat zombies with the gnome, however.
Nice. Well, that's... I mean, it's also a Valve game, so the gnome makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure...
I think that was the end joke.
Yeah. But, I mean... And little things like that are what make good games into great games.
Yeah.
It's just carrying these little details here and there that just make for a good experience, a fun experience, a unique experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's... Sad as I am to say it, that's probably why a lot of people play The Sims. Because they don't know what's going to happen at any given moment, even though if you know what you're doing, you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yep.
But people still like telling stories out of it because, you know,
so sometimes weird stuff just happens and it's really funny, to be fair.
Right. Right. But if you've been playing the game forever...
Yeah. Or if you've had to play test the game.
Baba!
Bubba Duck.
Bubba Duck.
That's a good impression.
I mean, it's
Bubba
just...
Duck.
No.
I know. I'm not a good voice actor.
Baba! What happened? But, I mean, the rough, gravelly voices I tend to do.
Yeah. So, here's my question. How did Bubba get frozen down here?
I don't know. I don't know how Scrooge recognizes him. I don't know anything about the way that
I bet he
recognizes
recognizes him from the show.
Right, but I don't know how Bubba Duck does anything. Because Bubba Duck is like, bam, bam.
It's super strong and it doesn't make sense.
Except later in life, Bam Bam actually, if you actually paid attention to any of the older, or not older, the updated Flintstone stuff.
Yeah.
He eventually marries Pebbles.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah, and he actually becomes articulate. And all of those wonderful things.
Well, like, to be fair, like, in the show, he was just a kid. Like, a real little kid.
Right.
Like, probably...
But he still maintained his superhuman strength.
Right. That was the bit with him.
Yeah. But, you know, he also became the Marty Stew, whatever you want to call him.
Oh, Gary Stew.
Marty Stew, Gary Stew, whatever it was, because he was perfect. He was smart. He was strong. He was an athlete. And it got really old really fast.
He was a man's man.
Right. And it just... yeah.
He didn't have any
I mean, the Flintstones wasn't really all that great.
I understand.
Past the original run.
Yeah.
So, the spin-off series were not good.
Are any spin-off series of old Hanna-Barbera cartoons any good?
Well, the Scooby-Doo ones were actually not that bad.
I remember a pup named Scooby-Doo being alright. I remember anything and everything involving Scrappy-Doo making me want to shoot myself in the foot.
Well... everyone wanted to shoot Scrappy-Doo because there's a reason there's a trope named after him.
What's the trope?
The Scrappy.
Oh, the annoying, like, kid character?
No, that's the annoying tag-along. The Scrappy is literally any character that people just fucking hate. That is, like, there is no reason for their existence other than, we need another character. Yeah. We're gonna make him cool.
Scrappy Dappy.
The only Scooby-Doo character that anyone hated more was Flim Flam from the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
I don't even remember who that is.
He was a little non-distinct kid of some ethnic background that is undisclosed that just
that sounds terrible.
Was an annoying piece of shit, and he made Scrappy look good.
Like, did Scrappy ever be like, hey man, chill out?
No. Scrappy was still an annoying pile of shit. But he made Scrappy look tolerable as a character.
Oh. See, that one I was like, oh, come on.
And then immediately...
I'm like, wait a minute. No, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't have to be down here.
No, you just have to go back.
Yeah.
Go back.
So, yeah, the stuff with Scrappy was bad. A pup named Scooby-Doo was pretty good, from what I remember.
Right. Because Freddy was just his paranoid little self.
Yeah. Although, did you ever watch Mystery Incorporated?
Then he turned into a bit of a trap fetishist, and I'm referring 100% to the actual construction of traps, not
I know.
Metaphorical sense of a trap.
Yeah, I'm aware. That was still one of my.
I just had to clarify.
That was still one of my favorite jokes in Mystery Incorporated when they found his magazine, his Traps magazine, and he's like, "I read it for the articles," and it's like, oh man. And like there was an episode where they were fighting a guy who was like a professional trap maker, and Fred was just having the greatest day ever while everyone else was almost dying. Like, Mystery Incorporated is great, and, like, no one watched it.
Yeah, well, no, because they got a second season, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't bad. I'm sure people watched it. They got 2 seasons, and, like, the story kind of ended after the second one.
Yeah, like, it had an actual conclusion.
Mm-hmm. The Eldritch Abomination was destroyed.
Yes.
Which is that's literally the big man.
Webby!
Yeah, she was...
How did she survive in an engine?
And then in the Arctic.
How did... In a crash.
Not the Arctic, but the Himalayas, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but she also survived a crash while she was inside a non-safety portion of...
Plot armor.
Plot armor is thick.
Man, you gotta get yourself some of that if you ever find yourself in a fictional story.
Plot armor as thick as Mrs. Beakley.
Dang Skippy.
Yeah. Clear as a bell, not a cloud in sight. Never.
Oh.
If anything, we need to lighten the plane. Feels like she's lost maneuverability with all the unexpected cargo we seem to have picked up.
But the cargo... It's Bubba Duck. Bubba Duck is the only thing that is extra on this flight.
That is correct.
Glomgold.
Oh, look, it's Glomgold.
Glomgold.
Especially since you've led me right to the treasure. To whom do I owe my thanks? Your idiotic pilot. Or did you play it safe and let those 2 wee ones play?
To be fair, like, Glomgold's annoying, but he throws some heavy, like, he throws some heat.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what their relationship is built on, though.
Like, it's just insulting each other as hard as possible.
Yes, they're old Scottish bastards.
Would Genghis Khan have worn a crown?
No, he didn't. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was a comparatively humble leader.
Yeah, I mean
he
banged everything that moved. Don't get me wrong, but
right, he also made every attempt to be nice to people who were, envoys.
Yeah.
Of.
So I don't know if you noticed, I went from 0 lives to 3.
Yeah. Plus, you also kind of know what you've got to do at this point.
Yep. Well, the thing is, with this boss fight, the thing that killed me was I got hit in the wrong spot and fell off the plane. With 0 lives left.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, it's not that I was having trouble with this, because this is easy. It's just that I took a hit in the wrong spot.
It's also that just time-wasting bullshit.
Yep. But that was a real quick one, which makes me think that Way Forward put that in.
Yes. Yes, but it's still wasting a lot of time.
That's right, Webby. Cheaters never cheat and winners never win. Oh, man. Like, how old are they all supposed to be? Like the kids.
Some ambiguous age between 5 and 12.
Oh, jeez. It's gotta be less than 8, though, because, like, what Webby just said was borderline stupid.
Well, like I said, between 5 and 12.
I know, but
because I think Huey, Dewey, and Louie are supposed to be closer to, like, 12. But Webby is the same size, same body shape.
But younger.
Right. So, but you can chalk that up to the whole women grow faster but peter out earlier thing, or I don't know.
I don't know, man. We're looking for internal consistency in DuckTales.
We're looking for internal consistency in video games. There are very few video games that have this.
You just reminded me.
Of what?
Everyone just throws all the shade on Launchpad.
Because, I mean, he's an amazing pilot. He just can't land for shit.
Well,
and he never kills anyone.
So I guess his landings aren't that bad.
No.
Kind of reminds me of this character. Did you ever read Catch-22?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Well, a Catch-22 is basically a...
I know what a Catch-22 is. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. Well, basically, it's a book about this guy in the Air Force during a war who really doesn't want to be there. Like, he doesn't want to be there at all. So he tries to make people think he's insane. So that he'll get sent home on account of insanity. But because he's afraid to die, and everyone knows it, they're like, well, you can't be insane because you're not because you're afraid to die.
Yeah, you're trying to go home.
Right. But he had a buddy in the book who, every time they'd go out to fly, he would crash his plane. He would survive every time. He's like, he got particularly good at crashing.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, come on, man, ride with me in my plane today. And he would always say no because he didn't want to die. But he finds out way later in the book, and spoilers for this ancient book if none of you have read it, by the way. He finds out that, like he thought his friend died in one of the fights. But he had been secretly practicing crashing his plane the whole time so that he could desert.
Fun.
And the book ends with them telling the guy, like, hey, get out of here. Like, everything here is bullcrap and you really don't need to be here. So, and then another character who did die, his whore girlfriend? The book describes her as the whore. She keeps trying to kill him because she blames him for the other guy dying.
Aw.
Oh, man.
So it's an immediate, I'm going to try and murder you. But then Webby's all like, she didn't mean it, and then
the thing is, it's doing the the lion had a thorn in its paw, so it was aggressive. Like, you'll see it in a couple seconds. Junior Woodchuck Guidebook.
Of course, it's part of the Junior Woodchuck Guidebook.
I want to see this fucking guidebook.
I mean,
I feel like I could like negotiate peace in the Middle East if I had it.
And somehow Scrooge can dive through the snow.
Yep. Well, he can dive through solid gold.
Yes.
It doesn't even look like. Oh, okay.
It doesn't look like a crown that anyone in Asia would wear.
Yep.
Well, no. I take that back. It does look like a Russian crown.
Did Genghis Khan ever go anywhere near Russia?
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know, man. I don't know Genghis history. That's why I was asking.
I mean, it could also be a Hungarian crown.
Yeah,
you know, the Hungarians.
I guess.
Yeah.
Stage clear.
Stage clear.
This was the second. No, the moon was the second easiest level. This was the third one.
Yeah. Yeah, the moon is another one of those. It's like because Transylvania wasn't that hard either.
No, it wasn't. It was just long and annoying.
Annoying.
Very annoying.
Hey, you've got over 10 million. Yay.
$10 million.
The lost crown of Genghis Khan is mine, lads. All it took was a bit of tenacity and perseverance.
And a little kind.
Tenacity and perseverance.
Right, Uncle Scrooge?
Right you are, Webby darling. Now, where's Bubba off to?
Yeah, where is he? He was here a minute ago.
Why don't you answer Baba?
He's over there having a tea party with Webby's toys.
No. Baba smash.
Uh-oh, when
I
characters.
I can feel your like pain, like it's physically coming through my earphones.
Because it's just dragging on and on. I think I've figured out what it is. It's just there's no flow between the words. The words are each an individual item.
Yep.
And that is why it feels so slow. Anyway, end of the video.
Next time.
I can get into this next time a little bit more if I feel like it. Good night.
Good night, everyone. It's late. We're going to bed.